Hi, Cheryl here today, and I am here today to show you how to make a chapstick holder on 2 forks. The design the chapstick holder is in is a double thick dragon scale, and as you can see it holds it in nicely, and it's nice and snug. It's not slipping out of here, and I'm going to show you how to make this on a double fork loom. And we're going to get started on that right away. Let me grab some bands out. I think we'll make it pink and yellow so that's nice and bright for us. We need some colors that will stand out easily. You're going to need about 50 bands of each color. And you're going to be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's about 8 rows of one color and 9 of the other. So I think what we're going to do is actually 9 rows of each color to keep it consistent. And so it's going to come up a little over the lid. So that's going to give you approximately 100 rubber bands total. Double banding it. Okay, so let's get started. You're going to start, like I said, we're double banding this, so you're going to start with 2 bands each time. So you're going to take 2 bands, put them on, twist them, and put them over the second piece. Then you're going to take your next pair of bands, put them on the third time. Oops, make sure those go on. Twist them and put them on the fourth one. So they're going on in as 8s every time. You're doing the same thing with the next fork. Put it on, twist it. Remember these, it's always 2 at a time. Put the next one on, next set on, twist it. So you got 2 more 8s on this one. Then I'm going to take the yellow ones and put them on the opposite sets. Then we're twisting. So it's going to go across. And then on the bottom, and then the middle, and then flip to the other side, and the middle again. So let's look at how it went on again. So we've got the 2 ends in the middle, this side, the middle, and this side. So if you look at it from the top, that's how it's going on. Now we're ready to start pulling everything over. So let me grab a little hook. You can do this with your fingers. I'm going to use a little hook so I don't get in the way. So you can see what I'm doing. As soon as I can find the right size here. This should work for us. And you're pulling 2 over 2 every time. You're going to go around and pull over both sides of the fork. You can do them one at a time, but you'll want to get both the bottoms over both the tops. Okay, once you're done, you want to give it a tug so that it goes through. Especially because these are thick bands, you don't want them to start bunching up inside. So don't leave this here. Make sure that this is all pushed through or pulled through. If you don't have a hook or something to push it through, use the side of a fork or a dull butter knife. Anything, any tool you have, you want to make sure it's pushed through. All right, then you're going to do your next row, which is going to be the pink again. And it's going to go in the same place that the pinks went every time. So it's going to go over these two. And then the other side. Notice I'm holding it down in the middle so nothing falls off on me. That's helpful. Also, when you're pulling it over, you can do that. That keeps things from pulling off as you're pulling it over. Just keeping your finger in the middle of the two forks. And now I'm going to pull everything over now that I have all those bands on. You're always pulling the bottom two over the top two. I'm always getting asked about my bands. These bands are Lucky Loom bands. There is a link on my webpage and a code. You can find it on my website, willowcreate.com. That's WILLOWCREAT.com. They're called Lucky Loom bands. Alright, so I have everything pulled over. Now I'm going to start pushing this off to the side as I pull it through. So I'm just pushing it sideways as I'm pulling it, because I want it to start coming out the side. Okay. So the next ones I'm going to put on are the yellow, and every time I put on a set, they're going to go on the same place as they went before. So the yellows went on the middle. They went from the front to the back on both sides. Always remembering we're using two bands every time. And they went on the middle too and the back. Alright, so I'm going to put two fingers on there to hold them in, and I'm going to pull everything over. Flip it to the back. My fork is sliding a little bit, so I'm going to push it up. And I've been asked about my hooks too. My hooks are crochet hooks, and you can get them at a craft store. I've heard of people using things like toothpicks or even just the corner of the tine of another fork to pull things over with. So, I mean, you can be creative and use other things. Don't necessarily have to use a crochet hook to pick it over. Okay. So you're just alternating between your two colors, and every time you put on a new color, you're going to make sure you push it through. Don't let it bulk up inside. And as it starts coming through, you're going to pull it off to the side. Pink's going on again, where it was each time. Always put it on the same place it went on before. If I get ahead of you, pause the video. You can always rewind if you need to. If I'm going too fast. Remember, if the bands are falling off, you can put your finger over the middle or 2 fingers over the middle to hold them in place. And we're doing 9 rows of each color. Guess we'll start at this end, since that end's being awkward. You can pull it from the inside too. I'm just pushing it through because it's easier for me to do it that way. But make sure not to let it bulk up in here. Make sure it's pushed through or pulled through every time. Now I should start having something come through. Yep. See, it's starting to come through this side. And I have several rows done. And we're on the yellow, which goes on the middles and on the sides. If you've already got all this, you can fast forward through this part, do it yourself and fast forward to the end. If you want to do it on your own. Otherwise, I am going to go through with the whole thing with you for this one. Thought I broke a man. Felt like it. I was going to be very, very sad. Now we're back to the pink. If you order these bands, the kit also comes with a little pick and Q-clips. I don't know whether any of you have seen me use the clips, the locking clips that I use, but they come with these bands also. You'll see me use one at the end when I finish this off. And they come with little clips, like little picks like these. So you'll have them to use with your forks if you order them. And as some of you, unfortunately, are international, and I know they don't ship to all places, sadly. Okay, let me push this through, and we'll count how many rows we have so far. All right, we've got 3 of the pink. We got 3 rows of each. Okay, and we're going for 9. So let's get some more going. That's row 4 of the yellow. Oh, my fork just slipped a little. There we go. Now we're going to do 4 of the pink. Okay, row 6. Alright, so you can see how far we are. This is the other case, so we're almost done. We're at row 6 and we need just a few more. Only need 3 more rows to go. And we're going to do pink next, and I miscalculated on my bands because I'm almost out of the ones I have down, so I'm going to have to give you a new calculation on my band total. So I'll put that at the beginning of this tape, so you'll see that when you first go on. Let me pull out some more bands. So this is row 7. Almost there. You, of course, don't have to make this the way I did, that it covers the chapstick completely. I just preferred to make it that way. I like the look of it. That's personal preference. It's a snug enough case that'll hold the chapstick in nice and tight if you want to make it just so that the chapstick sticks out. Okay, let's do a double check on our count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got 8 and 8. It really looks like it's long enough with 8, so I think I'm going to stop there. Like I said, it's personal preference on how long you make it. I think I'm going to finish up with 8, so I think this is going to be my last row. Alright, so in order to end it, I'm going to take this one. I'll do it from the front so you can see it better. Third, move it over here and pull these, oops, sorry, use my hook so you can see. So I took the third one, moved it back one, and I'm going to take the fourth one and pull it up over it. Okay, and take this one, move it back to the third, move it back to the fourth, and then I'm going to pull this up over it. And I'm going to take the first one, move it back to here, and pull this up over it. switching to the other side. So I'm going to take this off of here. Go down this way. I'll move it to the end just because it's closer. It's easier to work with. I'm going to take the first one here off and move it over here to the one I'm working with and pull the bottom over the top, bottom two over the top two. Now I'm going to move this to the other side. Take this over one, pull the bottom over the top, take it over one, don't drop them, Cheryl. Pull them over, pull the bottom over the top. Then pull your take your last one over and pull the bottom over the top. Okay, now this one's ready to come off. Basically what you're doing is you're closing off the bottom here. As you can see, it made it all nice and tight down here at the bottom. Okay. Now you can do this with your fingers, but it's going to be tough if you don't have a hook, okay, just so you know. Or you can just use a clip, okay? But what you're going to do is you're closing off the bottom. So you can use a clip to do this. So let me see if I can find a clip like you guys should have. I don't know whether I have any regular clips, so I could do it with one of my other clips. But you want to close off the bottom of this. So I could use one of my clips to do it. I'm going to put the clip in here. Sorry, I don't have a S-clip or a Q-clip, but you can use any one of those. Just put it in on the other side here, and then hook it to the pieces that I just took off, the two pieces. And that finishes off your bottom. It hooks it all shut. All I have is a Q-clip to show you with. I apologize. And then hook your clip, and your bottom is shut and closed tight. Okay, then you're going back to the top, and you're going to find a little, wherever spot you want to use. You're going to stick a band through a spot. I use my fingers for this because a lot of you do not have hooks. And you're just going to do a simple chain. Oh, I haven't done this on my fingers in ages. So I put it through the hole, put it on my fingers, put the next one on. Pull it up into the middle. I guess I should do it this way so you can see it better. I apologize. The next band on, pull it up into the middle. So I'm just making a chain with my fingers. And this chain is just going to be what you use to connect this, or a single, I guess these are called. One of the first things all of you learn, and you should, I'm sure you know how to make these, most of you. I'm used to doing this with my hook, so I'm making this look very awkward. All right, so I'm going to use my hook to do the rest of these because that's how I'm used to doing it, so I'm very awkward doing it with my fingers. The hook I'm using right now is the newest of the rainbow loom hooks, if you're curious where I got this one. And this one comes from rainbowloom.com. Okay, so I put a bit of a chain there. And this one you can connect with a clip, or you can put through and tie your two hoops together. I'm going to connect it with a clip. My clips are Q clips. These are the ones that I was saying come with the bands here that I'm using. So I'm going to put it through both these hoops. And then I'm going to take it back through the beginning here. The thing I like about these clips is they can go through several bands. Okay, so that gives me a little holder. And there you have it, your chapstick holder. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please check back at my other tutorials. And thanks for watching. My channel is Willow Crete. And my webpage is willowcrete.com. Thank you.